Booty shaking up in the front row. How's everybody feeling today? Well, thank you so much for coming out. It's freezing here, so you guys are probably used to it, but I was like, I have to leave my hotel room. What? No, I'm so happy to be here, and I so appreciate all you guys coming out. We've got time up here, so I'll talk for a little bit, and then I like to do questions and answers, because I always think that that's the most fun, to sort of be able to answer your guys' questions, educate you. But I was talking yesterday in Atlanta, and I listened to 3 different women get up and tell their stories, and it was so funny because everything that they were saying in their story was exactly what my speech was about. So I was like, well, y'all kind of stole my speech. But all right. But I had done a post yesterday, and the post said, why choose failure when you can choose success? Or why choose failure when success is an option? And it's a really powerful statement if you take a second to think about what that means. Why choose failure when success is an option? We don't always think that success is an option. I honestly believe that. Like, people just think failure is my only option, and we get in this negative headspace, and it goes for all things in life, whether it's your workout or your nutrition or your job or a relationship that's not going the right way, and we just assume that it's too hard to change it. It's too hard for it to be something better. There's no way for me it can be something better. And really, that's just all in your head. That is your choice to believe that. But everybody has the same ability to be successful, just like we have all the same ability to fail at something. And I do that on purpose because I don't really look at anything as failures. I look at them as life lessons, and then you go on from there. But when you're approaching these things, right, you have 2 choices always. Is it hard to be uncomfortable in your own skin? Yeah. Is it hard to wake up and hate the way you feel and hate what you see in the mirror? Yeah, that I gotta assume is pretty darn hard, right? Okay. Is it hard to get up and push play? Is it hard to let me kick your butt for 45 minutes to an hour a day? Yeah, that's hard too. Is it hard to go grocery shopping and meal prep and to eat the broccoli over the cookies? Yeah, that's hard too. But one of them leaves you stuck in the hard and in the vicious cycle of not feeling good, not being happy, not reaching your goals, and the other hard takes you to a really awesome place of success and happiness and feeling good about yourself. So when you really look at it, which one's harder? It's a lot harder to stay in the vicious cycle of what you feel is failure than it is to take that 45 minutes or an hour a day to work out and give yourself what you need to feel good or to eat right? Every time you're faced with those food choices, and trust me, you guys, I get it. I get that food choices are hard. I grew up living above a restaurant. I don't know if you guys know that, but if you watch old Italian movies, that's how I grew up. Our apartment was on top of our to-go pizza restaurant. I ate pizza, pasta, subs, and New York-style cheesecake on the daily, okay? I've been there. And then I was a competitive dancer. And guess what? When you're a little overweight, and I say a little overweight, I wasn't super overweight, but when you're even a little bit overweight as a dancer, good luck with that. Good luck auditioning, good luck jumping, good luck turning, good luck with any of it. It's hard. It's all hard. So I get that the food choices are hard because I had to choose to go against everything I was brought up eating. In fact, my dad gives me a hard time about it to this day. He always yells at me and my sister, "You two work out so much, and we can't have any family traditions because the way you two eat." I'm like, Dad, I don't think traditions is about whether or not the meatballs are fried in Crisco. I'm just saying. Like, it's really not about that. But you guys, yeah, it was a hard choice, and it's a hard choice, and does it get annoying sometimes when people are like, why do you do this, or why do you eat like that, or when you get picked on social media and something, oh, you're too skinny, well, you don't have abs today, you're that, it's all hard. But you have to let all that go, and you have to remember what you're working towards and the success that you're going towards. And just because you're not perfect doesn't mean you failed. So we make these choices, right? Sometimes you get up and you're like, I'm too tired, the kids are sick, I didn't sleep all night, I got to be at work early, and I'm just not going to push play. And you consider that a failure. And instead of just bouncing back the next day from it, you let it downward spiral. You're like, oh, I didn't do it yesterday, I'm just not going to do it today, I'll wait till next week, I'll start Monday. Oh, I didn't work out today, I might as well just eat the donut, it's all gone to hell anyways for the day. What is that? Like one failure leads to the next failure leads to the next one, instead of just going, you know what, I don't have time to work out today, whatever it might be, so I'm going to park a little further away, walk, I'm going to take the stairs instead of the elevator, and I'm going to make sure I eat healthy and don't eat the donut, because I'm definitely not getting my workout in today, so I better at least keep my nutrition on point. And I'm using fitness as my metaphor, but this goes for life. This goes for how you look at all the challenges that come up in your life. That's one of the things I love most about fitness, is that fitness isn't just training you to be strong. It's not just training you to be physically strong or to have a six-pack or a nice booty, although those things are fun, right? That's great, cool, that'll come. But it's training you to be strong in life. That's what it's really about. Because if you can be strong in that workout, and if you can be strong in your choices to fuel your body properly, watch how quickly that trickles over into life. How many people are doing 80-day obsession? Yeah. How many people have felt it trickle over into your life? Yes, because when you take control of one thing, it shows you how to start taking control of other things in your life. And when you take control and you say, I'm in charge, I'm not a victim, I'm in charge. Bad things happen to everybody, but I'm in charge. That's when things get really good. I can tell you in this 80-day obsession group, I've never seen so many tragedies. Maybe it's just because we have 43,000 people in one place. But the amount of tragedies that have happened to people in this group in these last 3 months are like, there are just days where I can't even go into the group. People who have lost their children, people who have lost sisters and relatives to cancer, people who have lost babies when they're pregnant, like just the amount of tragedy is overwhelming. And the coolest thing I've seen is that they keep going. And maybe it's because they have the group, I don't know, but that's pretty cool if that is why it is, because that's what all of you are here for, to give them that support. It doesn't just have to be in my big group, it can be in your small groups. But whatever it is about the program, about the group, about what they've learned about themselves from taking control over the last 74 days, they haven't let these horrific life experiences stop them. They haven't looked at it as a failure. They haven't said, I quit because life got too hard. So just remember that as you go through this workout program, any other workout program. You know, if you're a new coach starting off and it's really hard, it's gonna be real hard when you first get going. You are gonna fumble, you're gonna be like, what is this social media business? Why do I gotta be on Instagram stories 24/7? Like, what is it all? What does Success Club mean? What does Emerald mean? You guys, it's hard, but you'll get through it. It's just like any learning curve. So just remember that the choice is yours. You have the ability to choose failure and you have the ability to choose success. They're both equally hard in their own ways and they're both equally easy in their own ways. But one of them is going to lead to a really amazing path. So that's my little spiel for you guys for today. So that being said, that part's over. Time from what I looked at the schedule. So let's do some Q&A.
All right, I have a microphone here,
okay.
so.
I was gonna say, they can shout it out because you're in heels and running across this room might take a minute. I know she can. Who's got a question? Raise your hand. Nobody? Okay, so that one go up first. Yep. Yep.
I just think when we're done with 80-day obsessions, so I'm in the last week and I'm super pumped about this week, but when we get done with that, go back to a different program, like the day fixing stream, right? We got the pumping back to the original planner plan.
So the question is, when you finish 80-day obsession, if you move on to another program, what do you do with your nutrition? And the answer is you follow that program's calculation. So you don't use 80-day obsession calculation for 21-day fix, because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but every program has its own calculation for a reason. because every program is designed differently. You burn different amounts of calories. 21-day fix are 30-minute workouts, 80-day obsession are hour-long workouts. So you need to use the formula that goes with the program. Once you use the formula that goes with that program, you can still follow timed nutrition. So let's say you do 80-day obsession calculation, it has you in bracket B. Great. Then you do 21-day fix and it puts you in A. You can look at A's bracket in 80-day obsession and go, oh, this is what my day is supposed to look like. This is how my containers would pair up. That's it. You guys just got the whole secret of how to do time nutrition with another program. Everybody's like, how do you do it with another program? I'm like, it's really easy. You do the calculation of that program, get your bracket, and then apply it accordingly. Who else? Yes.
So before starting 80-day session, I already woke up at 5:30, and so to wake up earlier to get in the workouts is worth it, because to wake up an hour and a half earlier to eat food and everything. It's been a little bit weird. Do you have any?
Yeah, we've talked about this in the program guide. We actually changed the verbiage in the program guide about people who work out super early in the morning and eating beforehand. Look, it's designed in a specific way for a reason, because most people can't digest their food very quickly. So you need about an hour to an hour and a half of time to digest before you start your workout, which is why we have that written that way, to get up, eat, wait an hour to an hour and a half, and then start your workout. But we've also said that if you're the person who can get up and eat and go right into your workout, by all means do it. You guys, I literally eat my last bite of food, put it in the sink, and walk in the gym and start my workout. But that's me, and I can totally handle, I don't feel gross when I do that. In fact, I feel the most energized. If I wait an hour, I'm like, well, now I gotta eat again before I can work out because I'm hungry. So yes, you can absolutely do it. You don't have to get up an hour and a half earlier, as long as you can stomach whatever it is that you're gonna eat and not feel like you're gonna throw up in the workout. Yes?
So I'm in phase 2 right now, and I got bumped up to a bracket, and when I counted that, even still with my pre-workout meal, I did about an hour before. But I'm getting really hungry about halfway through to where I'm like, oh my god, I can't. But I keep going, but I'm just I hate feeling that hunger. It's pain. So should I eat a bite?
Shorten it.
Just shorten the time.
Shorten the time.
Okay.
Yep.
Just like this stuff.
You guys have seen me in the workouts where I'm like, oh my god, is it time to eat? Yeah, it took me the first couple weeks of the program before I figured it out, because I typically eat and go right into my workout. But with filming and eating, driving to set, hair and makeup, blah, 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 it was like, well, I ate, I'm kind of almost due to eat again, but not really. And so for the first 2 weeks on set, I was just like, I'm gonna die in this workout if someone doesn't give me food. I'd be eating a banana, when they're like, are you ready? I'm like, wait, let me swallow this. So yes, if you need to shorten the time, go ahead. Yes? How many programs did I create? 80-day obsession was my 5th, but a little obsessed was my 6th. So 6 total. Yes. Yes.
I had a problem. I was eating weight loss. I lost a bunch of weight, but then I went to maintenance, and I was my body ate all the carbs, all the vegetables. So going I was constantly at school and everywhere. So going into round 2, you recommend trying to do about 1 month.
Yes. Yes. So the question was, she had moved up to maintenance, her body didn't respond well to it. Instead of bumping up 2 brackets, should she bump up to just 1? Yes, you would steady step it up. You guys, let me say this. I love answering nutrition questions, but I don't want to take up the time answering individual questions. That's no offense to anybody, because everybody in here has a different way of eating. So if you've got a more generalized question, hit me with those. Yes, gentlemen in the back.
What kind of advice could you give to those who struggle with projecting negative energy? I know sometimes you face these people and you don't want them to bring you down. What advice can you give to everybody to kind of help them deflect that?
To deflect the negative energy? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Okay. So the question was, what advice do I have for you guys to deflect negative energy? Here's the thing. Everybody is really different, and how they handle the negativity is really different. I consider myself lucky to have been brought up in the dance world, because we learned really young that you better have thick skin and to not take things personally. And that's just what I learned. If you didn't get a dance part, you didn't get a dance part, and you move on. I had a ballet master in college who hated me. Literally, it was this guy's mission in life to just torture me. and he did for 3 years. And he broke me down quite a bit. And you know what? It took me, I actually didn't dance for 2 years when I left college, because that man had destroyed my confidence so much. And when I got back to dancing, and ended up with a really great teacher again, it was one of those moments for me where I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna let somebody do that to me again. Like, I'm not gonna let somebody take that from me or put their negative on me. That's on them. So if you're the person who is going to get really down by the negative comments, don't read them. That's like, if you're getting hit with them on Instagram, don't read them. But what I do advise is to not get caught up in the bickering back and forth, in the defending yourself, right? You don't need to defend yourself to anybody, whether it's somebody you know or a stranger, but especially a stranger. They don't know you. They don't know your life. Like, that's like a joke we used to have at the gym I worked at. We'd be like, you don't know me. You don't know my life. Like, who are you to comment? And that's honestly the truth, though. Who are they to comment? They don't know you. They don't know your struggles. They don't know where you're at in your journey. So ignore it. You're gonna have to learn to let things roll off your back a little bit and to not take it personally. If you don't like it, there's this beautiful feature called swipe delete. It's my favorite. There's also this button called the block button, also my favorite. Swipe, delete, block. Keep your negativity to yourself. But don't be them, right? Don't engage. Because if you engage, right, somebody says something negative to you and you go back at them, now you're no better than them. Because if you're like, well, you're stupid and you don't know, like, now you've become the negative person and you've let that take over your body. So don't let that happen. Just you remain the beacon of positivity. If you need to, you can always call and vent to somebody. That's a really good one. My sister gets a lot of my venting. But then get it out, but not in the public eye, right? Like, but it's gonna happen. So you gotta just sort of take a deep breath and let it roll off your back. Yes?
So I was wondering, how do you balance traveling with working out, especially in regards to time and equipment?
So the question is, how do I balance traveling with working out? It's actually not that hard. It really is. Again, it's a choice, and it's a choice that I make when I travel. I have my loops and my sliders with me. They fit very nicely into my suitcase right now. Beachbody On Demand has a bunch of amazing workouts that are pure cardio workouts that don't require any equipment, and trust me, I've done them in the smallest of small hotel rooms, playing them off of my phone, so although it's not huge to see, it's totally possible. I worked out at 10:30 at night on Friday night, because I flew from LA to Atlanta, and I was like, all right, I got food, and I was sitting there, and I was like, I really need to get this booty day in, because I'm not going to do it tomorrow. And guess what? When it's 10 o'clock at night in Atlanta, it's only 7 o'clock at night in LA, so I don't really have the excuse of like, I'm tired yet, because I'm not. I haven't switched over to that time frame yet. So I went down to the gym and I got my workout in. I plan it because it's just a part of my day. It's a part of my day like eating, it's a part of my day like brushing my teeth, it's part of my day like taking a shower. It's just something that's going to happen that day. So I find time for it, whether it's get up earlier before the flight and get it done, or get it done at the hotel when I get there, or if I have a long travel day, knowing that that long travel day, okay, that's gonna be my rest day, so the next day I'm gonna pick it up. But you can always do something, and like I said, it doesn't always have to require equipment. It's not always ideal to have to do cardio 4 or 5 days in a row, but if that's all you have access to, that's still better than not working out at all. So you can definitely get it in. Yes. You're gonna stop me, Jitana, right? When it's, okay.
Hi, I have a really strong sweet tooth, especially at night. And do you have any ideas or?
Strong sweet tooth at night. Are you following a nutrition program right now?
80 day.
80 day? How long have you been following the nutrition, honestly, to a T?
No.
Okay. That's a good, no, that's important. She's got to be honest with me.
Chocolate Shakeology mixed with like some almond butter and trying to do that, but it's still like, I want sweet.
So, she has a sweet tooth, especially at night. So yes, Shakeology is definitely a great option for curbing the sweet tooth, but it's one of those things where if you, and the reason I asked specifically if you follow the nutrition to a T or not, is because you have to get it out of your system, okay? The second, like you need 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and once you've got it out of your system for 2 to 3 weeks, the cravings will stop. They really will. Or they'll become so much less intense that you won't be doing it. But this is one of those choice moments. Are you stronger than that craving? You are. It's just a matter of whether or not you're going to choose to be stronger than that craving. A lot of times, you guys, when it happens at night, it's out of boredom. It's like you're not quite ready for bed, you're sitting there watching TV. What's in the pantry? That sounds good. Another great option is to not keep it in the house. I don't keep it in the house. I have a sweet tooth also. And if I have junk food in the house, I can tell you, I know there are days I'm not strong enough to resist it. It does, more often than not I am. But there will be days where I'm like, whatever, I'm gonna eat the cookies. I just don't keep them in the house. If my son wants something, we drive to the grocery store 5 minutes away and I buy him an individual thing. Like, here, you want a cookie? Let's go buy a cookie from the bakery. I know what's in it.
Chickpea brownies are really good, by the way.
Chickpea brownies are really good too. But also, freeze them. Freeze them, because if you have to take it out of the freezer and thaw it out or microwave it or whatever, it's a split-second extra time to decide not to have it. Trust me, I've thrown it away before. Yeah, I've pulled it out of the freezer, put it on the plate, and I was like, I'm gonna eat it. I put it in the microwave, and I'm like, why am I eating this? I shouldn't. In the trash can. Because it gave me that split second to be like, why are you doing this? You don't really want it right now. You're eating because you're bored. Like, if I just take this second to ask myself, are you bored or hungry? 9 times out of 10, if it's late at night, if it's during the day, I'm hungry. But if it's at night, I'm bored. And I'm like, go sit down, drink a glass of water, drink a glass of tea, or go get in bed, watch TV or something, so that I'm not in the kitchen or near the kitchen to eat it. Yes?
How did pregnancy and childbirth and then being a mom influence your relationship with your body and your health and your food?
The question is, how did pregnancy and being a mom influence my relationship with food and my fitness journey? It's been really, really interesting. When I was pregnant I was already working out, I was already a personal trainer, I was pre and postnatal certified, so I was working with a lot of pregnant women when I became pregnant with Dominic. One of the most important things that I learned from being pre and postnatal certified is exactly what you do and don't need in terms of nutrition, and what you don't need is to eat for 2. When you're first pregnant and the baby's the size of a pinhead, like literally, like the first month when you find out you're pregnant and the baby's the size of a pin, and everybody's like, oh, I'm eating for 2! No, you're not. It's like a dot. Like, you don't need anything extra. You don't feel good, so maybe you want some carbohydrates, but you don't need to eat for 2. And that goes pretty much the whole pregnancy of like, we get stuck in this whole like, I need to eat for 2. The baby is not coming out 18 years old, y'all. It's coming out at 7 pounds, okay? An extra 7 pounds doesn't need an extra full day's worth of food. 200 to 300 calories max. So that was one thing when I was pregnant with him, I just kept in mind that everything I fed myself, I was feeding my baby. So I was not about to like pig out on ice cream and Snickers bars and junk food, because everything that goes into your body goes into your baby's body. Another important thing I learned when you're pregnant is that your baby is born, or actually by the time your baby is 1, they have all the fat cells that they're going to have for life. So the amount of fat cells that they're developing is happening from what you're putting in your body. So if you don't want your child to struggle with weight issues and obesity issues and things like that, you need to be careful about what you eat, because you're influencing what those cells are going to be. We don't gain more fat cells. I don't know if you guys know this or not. You don't gain more. It's whether or not your fat cell grows or shrinks. That's all it is. So that was really important to me too, to make sure like he's gonna end up healthy. His dad's side of the family, not super healthy. So I already knew I was gonna be combating an uphill battle. And then it was the same thing at home. You gotta practice what you preach. So when I had him, and you know, he's 9 now, I can't tell him he has to eat healthy and then sit there and eat cheesecake. Like that doesn't work. They're gonna do what we do. It's not a do as I say, not as I do. They're watching every single thing we do. I have a real hard time right now because Dominic has a phone. kill me. He got a phone for anxiety issues because he didn't like going to school and feeling like he couldn't get a hold of me. But now that he has the phone, he has taken quite advantage of it. And this is a situation of a do as I say, not as I do, because he wants to be on this phone 24/7. And he's like, you're always on your phone, Mom. And I'm like, I'm working. I have a job. You're 9. Get off your phone. But that's what I mean by it applies. Like they're constantly like they're just stockpiling what we do and what they see. If they see us exercise, if they see us eat right. So everything I do, all the decisions I make are to make sure that I'm teaching him and influencing him in the right way. So I don't think that it had changed drastically because I was already on that trajectory. I was already on that course before I got pregnant because that's the job I was in. But I have to be really careful also now in front of him. He's a boy, but you still have to be really careful about what they see, about the not eating junk food in front of them, because then he starts to question it a little too much of like, why don't you ever, why can't you ever? So like when he's like, Mom, eat some fries with me. Okay, Mom, eat some fries with him. Or Mom, like let's get ice cream. Well, you know, we go get like frozen yogurt. I get myself a little cup of it so that he doesn't think like, I don't want him to think it's bad. I don't want him to have a bad relationship with food. I just want him to understand we don't do it all the time. Like I took him to Universal Studios the other day and he got a donut the size of his head, like a Simpsons donut. That photo is on my Instagram. It's hilarious. Because he was like, oh, I wish I could get that. And I was like, great, let's get it. And he was like, what? He totally thought I was messing with him. He was like, never would I let him get this donut. I didn't let him eat the whole thing. But like he was so excited that I let him get the donut the size of his head. You can see it in his eyes in the photo.
What's your best elevator pitch for 80-day obsession? Love the coach test group. I'm really excited about the next one. How do you break down such an awesome but complicated program to people that are maybe newer to fitness or maybe have only done 21 days?
You know, when you have a really quick, short time to answer that question and people say, what is it, 80-day obsession? I say it's a total body transformation program. It's going to change everything about the way you exercise and everything about the way you eat in the best way possible. Like, that's the short and sweet, because once you say that, they're like, well, what does that mean? And then that opens you up to be able to be like, well, there's kind of nutrition, and these workouts. What I don't do, even though I know Beachbody advertises it as an abs and butt program, call myself. I don't advertise it as that. First of all, I like the guys to check out the program. I don't know a whole lot of guys who get super excited about abs and butt. Like, they're not like, ooh, let me try that. But also, like, a lot of people want to do, they don't, like, that makes it sound like that's the only focus, and it's not. It really is a very functionally designed program. So, total body transformation program is where I go. What do I have time for? One more question? Yes.
So, what would you say, what would be a great program to follow 80-day obsession?
What would be a great program to follow 80-day obsession? Well, the beauty is you could always do it again. You haven't done day 1 in 90-something days, so go back and check that out. But we're about to start Path to Progress on April 23rd. If you're not in my Obsessed with Coaching group, my other group that I'm doing is Path to Progress. So we'll go through Chisel, from the Master's Hammer and Chisel, then we'll go into 21-Day Fix Extreme, then we'll go into 3 weeks of a little Obsessed, and I may or may not take that group into one more round of 80-Day Obsession. If you guys saw my Instagram yesterday, these are the last 2 fitness groups that I'm running for 2018. I have had a group going for like over a year now between Prepare to be Obsessed, the original 80-Day Obsession test group, this coach test group that's currently going that has 1 more week, and then these 2 groups that are both about to start. So I've had groups going for a long time. Take a little break from the groups after these 2. So if you want to be in them, get in one of those 2 groups. Is that it? We're good? All right, you guys. Thank you so much for